the Research Triangle Foundation table. Welcome to the first ever STEMmy Awards. It was interesting because Christina O'Neill walked in, who was instrumental in bringing this, one of many people instrumental in bringing this program to the park. And she said, you know, this was in the bid, this was in the bid. And Lisa Jemison, who's right over here, we wanted to do this from before there was a me in this position. It's a great way to celebrate some of the fantastic things that are happening around STEM in our area, and to do it in a way that makes people feel appreciated, but also is very inclusive of the community that we all are a part of. So it gives me great honor. My name is Brett Bretton. I'm the project director of US2020 RTP, a program that has been around for a couple of years here, and I'll tell you a little bit more later. But it's us and Citizen Schools of North Carolina that came together. We're very excited to celebrate what we feel like is the best of the best in the Triangle and beyond. All the best efforts in STEM outreach across the state in some cases too, as you'll see later tonight. The community owes many of you great thanks for your efforts. This is kind of a who's who in many ways. Even if you're not winning an award with one of these beautiful golden gears tonight, you're still the people that make it happen. There's a very fine line between those who get to do some exercise tonight and walk home with these things, and those who don't, but do a tremendous amount of good. So, speaking of a tremendous amount of good, I would like to now introduce a great example of the dedication and work that makes events like this possible, that makes, more importantly, bettering the lives of the children in our area possible. Mayor Bill Bell. Mayor Bill Bell has committed his entire professional life to two things: STEM and public service. He is the embodiment of our mission and cause, and he serves as the ideal figure to kick off this event. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Bill Bell.
Thank you, Brett. First of all, let me say good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Sounds good. It really is an honor to have an opportunity to be part of this first STEMmy Awards program. And I can't think of a better event such as this to try to really get kids involved in STEM education. And I want to first thank all the sponsors that have been so giving in this effort. I was telling someone that I was at it. We were in the budget meeting all day at City Council. And one of the presenters, one of our specialist team came up, especially was talking about the type of problems he was having in terms of recruiting people for the specialty department. We talked about people, etc. And I was just thinking, I said, now he's talking about getting plumbers and electricians, and I'm going to be at an event this evening where we talk about STEM education, which involves a lot of the high technology areas that we're trying to get students involved in. I know that when I had an opportunity to finish high school in Mississauga, North Carolina, I was 16 at the time. And the only thing I knew about was I wanted to go into the Air Force and fly planes. My parents said, "Well, not to do that." Fortunately for me, I had a high school assistant principal who also taught me math. And somehow he thought I had a knack for math. And he said, what you need to do is to go to Howard University. That's where he went in Washington, D.C. and studying engineering. Now, you got to understand, I'm 75 years of age. So when we talk about going to school back in that time, studying engineering, that was probably about as far from a person like me that you could get. But in any event, I was able to do that. And having done that, it really changed my life. Because when I look at what I've been able to do since then, I'm a retired IBM engineer. I came here in 1968 to work with the IBM Corporation. I retired in 1996, and I'm presently involved with a community development corporation called UDICDC, a 501c3 nonprofit that's involved in doing community type work. But when I look at the things that I've been able to be involved in, there's no question, but in my mind, had I not gone to school and gotten involved in engineering at the time, I probably would not have been able to do some of the things I've been able to do, particularly when I look at the political side of my lifestyle. I've been an elected official for about 40 years, 26 years as a county commissioner, and I've been there since 2001. I'm not doing that to brag, I'm just trying to say, for me, the connection. I wasn't born to be the mayor, I wasn't born to be a county commissioner, And if somebody had told me when I was getting out of high school or going into college that I would have been involved in politics, I would have said, you're crazy. But you know, certain things happen in life, and it happened in my case, and I somehow got involved in the political side and have been there ever since. But I said all that to say that my training has prepared me in a lot of ways to be able to deal with the political side of things that I'm involved with, understanding data, being able to think critical, and all those things are very important as far as I'm concerned when you finally deal as an elected official. And so when I speak about young kids that are coming along now and they're trying to make a decision where they're going, it's no question that if they have an opportunity to get involved in a STEM career, that's where they should be. And I was just looking at an article in USA newspaper last week, and they had done a survey of about 1,000 Americans. And about 42% of those said had they known what a STEM career could have provided them, that's what they would have done at that time. And I can say the same thing for me. Had I known, maybe I would have taken a different twist, but fortunately I had someone that came along that sort of pointed me in the right direction. That's why I think it's important to have a program like this, because mentoring is very important. I tell kids when I have an opportunity to talk to them, when you decide what you want to be, why don't you find somebody that's doing that? If it's a lawyer, if it's an engineer, if it's a doctor, go talk to them and find out how they got to be where they are and what it took for them to do that. And you might find out, yes, that's what I want to do, but no, I don't want to go through all that. So that's why it's important to have a program such as this where you bring industry together, technical people together, have an opportunity to speak to young kids to help guide them as they begin to make a decision as to where they're going in life. I know that you've got great sponsors here, but I want to give a shout out to Fidelity, because that is a corporation that is really doing the type of work that I would hope a lot of corporates would get involved in. They've adopted a middle school here in Durham, Lowe's Grove Middle School. They've taken it under their arms, and I've seen it blossom. And it's no question in my mind that they're really impacting young people at that school, but not for them being there. I'm sure they would not be doing some of the positive things that they're doing in life. And I'm sure that's true for the companies that you represent here. So again, it's been my honor to be a part of this first program. I want to congratulate the awardees tonight, because really this is your night for what you're here for. But more importantly, not only what you do, but what you're going to continue to do to make this a great country, more important, to make this a great opportunity for young people in our communities. Thank you.
Everyone, how's everybody doing? Good. My name is Sarah Council. I'm the US2020 RTP Program Manager. This is officially day 8 on the job. So I think it's my pleasure to introduce Oscar Robles. He is the City Manager for US2020 National, and we are so glad to have you. So thank you.
Hello, good evening, everybody. You guys hear me okay? I'm just going to take this off real quick. It is so cool to be here right now. I have the unique perspective of being with US2020 National. I flew down from New York this afternoon to be here with you guys, and I'm so excited to be. I was part of US2020 3 years ago when we first started, and the idea of our city competition and our city network that RTP is a part of was an idea on the back of a napkin. We had no clue what it would be. We wanted to spark a movement around STEM mentoring. We looked to the legal profession as a model, the way that lawyers and legal professionals participate in pro bono activities. We wanted to see that replicated within the STEM profession. Because as the mayor just mentioned, we recognize that the jobs of the future, the jobs of today, are based in STEM skills. And so we want to prepare our students for that. And all students, especially students of color, students from local communities, and girls who are traditionally underrepresented in those fields. And when we did that with the city network, with the city competition, over 50 cities applied, including 9 of the largest cities across the country. RTP was one of those winning cities, and it's incredible. You guys can clap for yourselves. You're doing good work here. And it's amazing to be here in this room and see this event come to life, to see the work in RTP come to life, to watch all of you participate in this, recognize the rallying call that US 2020 was meant to be, and really pick up that charge and make it what it needs to be here locally in RTP. And that's what's really unique and interesting about US 2020 National and the work of our city network. We work with 7 cities, very unique, different regions across the country. And STEM mentoring, the need of STEM mentoring and how to address that need looks very different in all 7 of those cities. And so what I love about RTP is how you recognize the uniqueness of what you have here in RTP. You understand the need of the students here, and you're all collectively coming together to address that need with your own unique, specific talents, industry partners, education partners, nonprofits, local government. And it's that galvanizing collective impact and action, that coordinated action that I think US 2020 has been able to provide. And we'll start to really see that needle shift, and you are all part of that. So I want to just say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all of the work that you're doing here in RTP and how you're contributing to the movement around STEM mentoring. I thank you so much. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be here. I look forward, hopefully, to talking with some of you guys throughout the rest of the night. And thank you again.
Good evening. So, my name is Jen Allington. I'm the Managing Director for the Durham sites here for Citizen Schools North Carolina. We are absolutely honored to have been a part of the building coalition that started US 2020 here, and definitely honored to be co-host tonight. I hope everybody had a chance to visit some of our student booths and sort of hear from both our students and our volunteers of the work that they've been doing over the past course of this year. But rather than myself speaking more about what we do, I'd actually like to invite up and introduce one of our board members. Mr. Roy Fralin has volunteered not only as a board member of ours, but has also himself been a STEM mentor to many of our middle school students over the past 7 years. And he has taught different topics from financial literacy to networking. And so if you will, please just join me in welcoming Mr. Roy Fralin to the stage.
Thank you, Jen. Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here to celebrate the STEMmy Awards, to highlight and showcase the incredible talent, both the teachers and the volunteers, but more importantly, the students, the excellence that they are showing every day. I wanted to steal a phrase. This is not a speech, but I love this phrase. It says, if not us, then who? And if not now, then when? And that is so appropriate for what we're about to do. But more importantly, it's so appropriate for us to recognize the importance of volunteering, the importance of committing to the children in our community, and really to stepping up and advocating for better education, better schools, better programs, and better volunteers. We can do more, and I'm here to encourage you as a volunteer to do more. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? Citizen Schools is a nonprofit focusing on education, and one of their core visions is to eliminate the opportunity gap, the achievement gap, to show these children, regardless of where they're coming from, that they can make it. And they do that by tapping into professional resources and organizations like Fidelity, like EMC, like SAS, like Cisco, like amazing resources at the RTP, pulling those professionals out into the classrooms to teach real world principles about how things work, to break down those big corporate walls and make opportunity real to these kids. That is why Fidelity has committed to this program for several years, decades, at the national level, and why we're committed to staying with this program in the RTP years. 1,500 students have been impacted or been touched through the Citizen School program with organizations that are in this room since 2008. Those kids, take away those hours, you take away those impressions that we've had on them, their lives would be different. And we feel that this is a significant time to play a role in this space. Fidelity through Fidelity Cares, one of our programs, encourages employees like myself to participate, to donate, dedicate, give time and energy to organizations such as Lowe's Grove, Pippins, Neal, some schools that we're working with in the local area. We feel that it's critically important and relevant. And I don't want to be somber, but I do want to share some stats because I feel there's always room for improvement. But this one always gets me. 12 million students will drop out of school in the next decade. 12 million students will drop out of school in the next decade. That will cost this country $13 trillion. There's opportunity, and there's ways that we can make a difference, but we've got to do more. If not us, then who? And if not now, then we. Thank you.
All right, so this serves as our little break time. Before we hit the break time, just a couple things. When we come back, we're going to do the fun stuff. Presentation before we get here. I just also want to say that, we talk about coalitions, we talk about individual members and what they can do, but this whole program and its success and the potential that we have as a park and community really boils down for us to the Research Triangle Foundation. I want to give them incredible credit for the dedication that our CEO, President Bob Zoll, showed a few years ago to take a chance on something like this, for his continued vision with what we're doing now with Frontier and Park Center, creating a place where we can host students in a dynamic that they've never experienced before. To me, that's where all the credit goes first. And I felt like we would be remiss if we didn't. All right, so while you eat, you're going to start to see some of these golden gears that we're getting presented. We're going to give you a few minutes to get served. And at the conclusion of our awards, we're going to head back out to the pre-function area and we'll dessert and coffee for you. And these winners, who will then be public, can be recognized and applauded by you as you see fit. So, be back shortly to begin the real fun. For now, enjoy your week.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of college.
Yeah.
This week's been just like genuine experience.
Yeah.
That's my buddy. He lives in central Illinois, so he goes to a lot of Illinois games. And, I was like, is college baseball always this slow? He said, yes, it's always slow. He goes, there's a lot of runs, so innings last a long time. And I just told him, I go, the stats are so weird too, because of like the few games that there was a guy who was batting for what team was that for? I want to say it was NC State. I don't remember. Maybe it was 397. One home run on the year. How do you pick that late? Then like 2 guys later, there's a guy batting like 234, 15 home runs. I touched my door. Stats always this weird. He's like, yes. And then like a few minutes later, I started looking at pictures, and I was like, and I texted my door, pitchers always this bad? He said, yes, they're always that bad. Starting pitcher, Mike, for the playoffs. Starting pitcher game 1 for Florida State was, not Florida State, but Georgia Tech. Had like a 6.98 ERA or something like that. Like, you should even be a relief pitcher in AA with almost a 7 ERA.
We were tied 2-2. So ECU had a pretty decent team. We got ranked all the way up. 14th was the highest this year. So we were tied 2-2. top of the ninth, 5 walks in a row. 5 walked in 2 runs, lost 4-2. And it's just, man, it's bad. But yeah, we follow like ECU baseball. That's about it. We're my dad's cousin, the lady that works for him, her son, is Lonnie Chisenhall, and he plays for anyway, so we'll go. So I lived in Texas for 4 years, and we've gone back to Texas a couple times, watched him play and stuff like that. I mean, he was all world at college South Carolina. Man, you can tell him where and when and how to hit it, and he can do it. He's so he gets me called up, brought down, you know, I mean. But yeah,
this has been like I said. That's my first. I kind of enjoy the college baseball. It's just it's a different piece than even minor league baseball. It plays at a different. It's like Japanese or Korean baseball. Like it's not the same. But like those games are much different than the MLB or even the minors are here. But it's kind of like college. Like it feels like a much different game. Like, played at a different rate and like the style, like some of the moves that the coaches have made. I mean, they pulled the trigger. He wasn't moving that bad. The right hand side for another right hand reliever. I'm like, what a waste of a pitcher that is. But like, it makes sense in
they got so like, well, it depends on how. I mean, they have a decent amount of pitchers on college teams. Yeah, I mean, the bats are super hot, like, you can bunt it and make them run. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I started watching it more when it gets into, like, the regionals, the super regionals, like Omaha, all that.
It seems fun. I've never, again, this is my first real ever paying attention to this.
You got a decent amount of schools here that are always pretty decent. State's always been a good team. UNC's always been a good team. ECU's always been a decent team.
I was just going to say, like, from a little bit of research I did going into it, it seems like the ACC is a good division comparatively to the rest of America. So I was like, well.
And that's the thing, man. You have to be like Rice. No one ever heard of Rice or like even cares about Rice. They always have a top 10 baseball team.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean they're just small schools, not a lot of money, but they're just good.
Vanderbilt's the one team that I know. I'm a White Sox fan, so
yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of issues with the White Sox and how they're drafting their scouts and everything. Man, the team knows pitching. I mean, you look at like, just some of the people who come out again, but like David Joyce, White Sox.
Yeah.
I think because the only thing I know wherever you're good at is pitching, you tend to pay a lot of attention.
And if you're left-handed, have a decent movement on your anything. You can get your head in the game and not an idiot. You make so I pitched and nothing special from mid-80s. I need to figure out how to do a curveball. I had like a knuckleball and like my like 2-seam tennis ball had a little tail to it. So my coach would always tell me, he said,
I stopped playing baseball in the 7th grade. I literally got hit by a ball. I was third base. I got hit by the ball and I laughed and whatever like that.
That's it.
I was like, this isn't worth it. I don't even enjoy the game that way. And I literally hated even watching or anything about baseball until I was like 21, 22 years old. And it was moving to Chicago, being in a city that has 2 baseball teams. Like, it just
Wrigleyville and all that.
it completely revolutionized the way I thought about sports. Now, literally, I vaguely keep an eye on the other sports, but and I mean, almost every day I'm watching or listening to.
I love love listening. You ever watch ESPN's documentary on that guy that messed up that foul ball? Yes, Hartman. And just watching what they had to do. Yeah, they snuck him out, like, insane.
I really do try to relive 4 blocks north of Wrigley. That's why I'm excited. That's why I live so close to it. Like, just brutal. Like, Cubs fans. I was talking to a guy at the ballpark yesterday when I was there filming. He said he's a Cardinals fan. Well, as long as you're a Cubs fan. I was like, you know what? I don't have a problem with the Cubs. I actually really like Joe Madden. I think Theo Epstein is one of the greatest minds. He's absolutely the greatest mind in baseball. If not one of the greatest minds to ever be involved in the game, period, of all time. I kind of have respect for the team that is the Chicago Cubs, especially because I think statistically and even not statistically, they're a team that's pretty good. Man, do the fans rooting for that team. Just jerks. Like, I was talking to actually one of my buddies who's a Tigers fan. I'm amazingly from Michigan. He moved not from there. So he's a Tigers fan. He was walking through Wrigley Field one day. He's still I wouldn't even play in the Tigers. Like, just bad things. Like, and I'm sure it's not everyone. I know Cubs fans who are really good people. One of the guys who's in my wedding was a Cubs fan. I know people, like, man, the good Cubs fans, half the stadium turned out and walking to this one. Yes, my wife concept that, like, if you read the field, it's just really hard to go to. You just have to get a car to get in. And like, it's just like, I enjoy the game. Like, I have a kid now, so it's harder to sit down and listen to or watch 9 innings of baseball, especially minor league or college baseball. I'm now learning, which is like slow. Like, I enjoy the actual, it's like chess for me. Every little move and thing is so vital. It's just so interesting and intense, and like, I like going to the park and having the time. The arrogance of it all. It's the fans, the organization, it's the whole package. There are Yankees that became some IRs. And all-time greatest Mario Rivera. To some extent, they're either Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, maybe.
Yeah, roster.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, no, I get it. We actually went to we went to New York last summer to watch them play the Yankees. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, that's how
It's not a fun sport, though. It took me a long time to truly get into it. I really just genuinely didn't care. It's the only thing I really extracurricular outside of work and hanging out with my kid and my wife that I truly baseball.
Really good this year, but I mean, Durham Stadium is fantastic. And they always have like cheap teams.
The Bulls never seem to be great. They always have one or two guys. I mean, of course, they're a AAA team. Most AAA teams, like, we went before we moved here, we got Seagull Myers playing. That was awesome. He's not panning out so well in the pros. I mean, he has his moments, but man, he just I mean, it was like watching LeBron James play against me. He was just so much better than everybody else on the field. Like, it's just average. It's the ability.
So for these, maybe like, I don't know, you can do whatever, like longer shots, something. He has a revelation.
It's about that time. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to see what started off as some. You want to talk about something on a napkin? This wasn't even a napkin. I don't even. And the idea of repurposing some, some scrap metal into one of the most desired awards the Triangle has ever known. Big job. It's a big job. All right, so a little background on these awards. Each category was judged by a panel of 3 judges. Their scores were combined so that we could determine a winner based on those results. We're going to announce the winners one category at a time and give each winner a chance to come up, accept their award, and share a few words with our audience. Just a reminder, I think I've talked to all the winners. And so just remember that. Grab it by the base, hold on. I know you're going to want your Oscar moment, Don't do it. You'll leave with 2 awards. All right, so our first category is the STEM Youth Serving Organization. This award is given to the nonprofit organization that has gone above and beyond to connect youth to engaging opportunities in STEM. We have nominees who prove this dynamic in a number of ways. Our winner offers very unique opportunities to students that not only get them under the hood of computers, learning how to tick, but also into an assortment of classes that cover a number of technology-based skills. The Golden Gear for STEM Youth Serving Organization of the Year goes to the Cramden Institute.
Thank you, Brett, and everyone at US2020. We're so fortunate that they've been in our community really promoting STEM opportunities for youth. I also want to thank some of our corporate sponsors. A lot of them are on this list up here. But I do want to single out Fidelity Assessments over here at the table, especially Kristen Thompson, who nominated us for this award, so thank you very much. Another thing, Cramden could not be where we are today and could not serve all the youth that we do serve without the support of the community and our volunteers. When I started at Cramden 6 years ago, we only had 2 staff members. We've grown since then to about 10. But we also engage about 2,000 volunteers every year. A lot of the volunteers, I think a few of you are in this room, and are from the companies in RTP. So without the help of those 2,000 volunteers every year, we really couldn't do what we do. And if you haven't volunteered at Cramden before, please, we encourage you to come out to one of our events and help students in North Carolina. So thank you very much.
Our next category is the K-8 Student of the Year. So this award is given to a student who has shown achievement in STEM both in and out of the classroom. Our particular winner is a 5th grader who has excelled in Science Olympiad, programming, and through the recommendation and nomination is known as an engineer at heart. So the Golden Gear for our K-8 Student of the Year goes to Monsi Goyle.
These people include my mom and dad and teachers, Miss Worley and Miss Wooten. I also must thank my big brother Arnab, who drove me crazy whenever he got an award medal I wanted. Getting a job as a genetic scientist has been my dream since I was 4. Since this is a science award, I think it might help me get into my dream job. I have a hobby, art. However, everyone says artists don't make money, and I know it's true, but I can't stop doodling my math notes when I'm supposed to be doing fractions. Since I love science, I found a way to incorporate my art skills into science. Thanks RTP 2020 for letting me have the opportunity to get this trophy. Thank you, everybody.
It's gonna make me tear up. Okay, moving on. Our next award, sticking with the Student of the Year theme, comes from the grades 9 to 16. Nominees in this category include both high school and undergrad students in the region recognized by their teachers and professors for their dedication to the STEM fields, both in and out of the classroom. Our winner developed a school community garden to help expand understanding of the feasibility of the farm to fork diet. The Golden Gear for STEM Student of the Year, grades 9 to 16, goes to Joanna McDonald.
Growing up, I was always that little kid who bought all those do-it-yourself science kits for my goals, and I painted a wooden skeleton and linked all the bones in the body. It was so fun. Today, I still am that dirty little science kid, and I've participated in countless different programs to explore my interest in the STEM fields. Ranging from orthopedic surgery simulations to more recently my internship with the EPA right after research and requirements team that just released a new air quality web application. So I can't wait to continue to pursue STEM in my college career and my career in the future. I'd like to thank my friends and family for supporting me, especially my mother, achieving everything I have today.
So, similar to students, but not quite, the schools that sort of house them and educate them and help bring them up. School of the Year is awarded to the K through 12 school who has demonstrated a dedication to high quality learning experience for all students in the STEM field. This entire school, from the administration to the teachers, has developed and brought in innovative STEM projects to increase high quality real world STEM experiences for their students. The Golden Gear for STEM School of the Year goes to Rose Grove Middle School.
Thank you so much. I am Takesha Mitchell, and I am the proud principal of Rose Grove Middle School. On behalf of the student, staff, parents, and our stakeholders, Biogen, Fidelity, Citizen School, and many others, I just want to say thank you so much. And as the principal of Rose Grove, I want to say thank you for recognizing all of the hard work my students and my staff have done. these past couple of years. I've only been at Lowe's for over a year and a half. We just got a bioagricultural skill program last year. We are so very excited. If you're ever on South Austin, please stop by. We would love to show you our chickens, our creek. We can test water. We can also work in our greenhouse. And we have plenty of things to keep you excited. Dissecting frogs, anything you like, just stop by. Thank you so much, and thank you.
All right. Moving along, it's think about this. It's too bad we couldn't have more. In fact, I think we need more. So next year, I'm gonna push this to the dozen, a nice clean dozen categories, so we can celebrate. So, of course, that means we're gonna need more people coming. We're gonna need more outreach being done at a high level, so we can make it truly competitive. But as we go through these, it's incredible. I mean, we planned this for months. We thought about this for a year, and we're just going one by one. I want more. For future years. Our next award epitomizes the work we are ultimately here to do as a program. Mentors have served us all, as you've heard, in so many significant ways throughout our lives. The STEM mentor can make the foreign very familiar. They can widen a child's eyes in a very permanent way. We believe that they are the key ingredient to a better future for so many here in our region. Our winner in this category not only serves as a leading member of the university community, but also spends hours and hours on their own accord each month, directly leading our outreach to our students. The Golden Gear for STEM Mentor of the Year goes to Mr. Kenneth Lau.
This definitely humbles me, but I do appreciate the appreciation for the Friend 2020. There are so many people I need to thank for getting Duke Chemistry outreach to the point of where it is and for receiving this award. First of all, I'd like to thank one of my community partners who is not here, Ashley Berry. She took the time to gather all the information and complete the nomination and submit it. I also have a great community partner here, Allison. Put your hand, Allison. Allison has been one of my community partners for 8 years. Without the community partners, DCO would not function properly, would not work at all, even because we would have no one to go out to present to. Secondly, the audience is the students that we get to go out of all ages, preschool, all the way up to all adult events. And I would also like to thank my funders, including Biology and IDEC, for supporting our program with some money to help us buy the materials that we need. And just all the support that we've been given by so many people. And what else can I say? DCO is functioning well. We do some 90 presentations a year. And I just got back from Texas where I did presentations for 2nd and 3rd grades. They're my granddaughters, so I had to do it. And again, thank you very much.
STEM access in education shouldn't and doesn't just end with K-12. With many, we have many higher ed departments dedicated to building the skills for our current and future STEM workforce through their community outreach. Our esteemed winner has focused on bridging the STEM gap between the private sector and public schools, particularly with our teachers, our educators. The Golden Gear for STEM Higher Ed Department of the Year goes to the NC State University Keenan Fellows.
Oh, thank you so much. This is terribly exciting. I am Elaine Franklin, and I direct the Keenan Fellows Program. This is my colleague, Kelly Vogel. And on behalf of Keenan Fellows, we are so pleased and proud to accept this award. At Keenan Fellows, we identify and develop teacher leaders who become masters at bridging STEM at work with STEM at school. But we can't build that bridge without a lot of dedicated, committed STEM professionals who work with the teachers and mentor them during a 3 to 5 week internship. So I think that we need to share this award with the countless mentors that we have had over the last 16 years who have mentored almost 400 Keenan Fellows across.
Of this year is given really to a category that makes all this possible. We've had 5 vistas that have served in the AmeriCorps, and now I'm lucky enough to have Sarah on staff, and every one of them heard this within week 1. We have to cater to the mentors, we have to cater to the mentors. And our industry partners here in the Triangle and even beyond are the great sourcing and the great motivation of those STEM employees that will go out and do this mentoring. So without them, this doesn't happen. Our next award is given to a company organization that has made the greatest impact on the larger STEM community. It's proved to be our most nominated category, which says a lot about the dedication our industry partners have shown over the years and the recognition they have received as a result. Both the US2020 RTP and Citizen Schools programs exist because of the continued support of partners like these. Our winner here has an amazing leader who mobilizes people in the hundreds every week and the thousands every year. The Golden Gear for STEM Industry Partner of the Year goes to the Environmental Protection Agency.
Well, thank you, and the Bowie music is an awesome touch, by the way. Well done. Thank you so much, and to US2020, what a shout out for in a way that no one else has done. So really, shout out to you guys and your Vista volunteers as well. I'd also like to recognize other industry partners. We have a great group, and it really is partners. Just as an example, we've been involved, EPA has been involved with Citizen Schools since they came to Durham in 2008. We've done 24 apprenticeships, reached over 340 students through that. But we couldn't do it without Fidelity supporting the program, so thank you. Another industry partner who we work closely with is Biogen. They have a really cool lab. We collaborate with them. We send students go to the lab, then they come over to EPA, do hands-on activities, and it's a great partnership. So I really appreciate those other folks, and also a shout out to my EPA colleagues over there. They participate, and some of them answer my emails to do outreach. Other ones I stock down in the cafeteria, sometimes out in the community, sometimes at
full steam runs on Wednesday nights, right? But I can't keep up with Alan because he runs a lot faster than I do. But anyways, we have typically in a given year, we have 150 to 200 volunteers. This past year, we went up to almost 700 events. And it is with folks just jumping in and loving it. And so thank you guys.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Tatiana Jenkins. Tatiana is doing the job of two people this year. Last year, we had someone who planned our events, someone who did our communications. But this year, we only secured 2 vistas, as is the case with most AmeriCorps supported programs. They're meant to make themselves extinct by programming fantastic things. So when you look around tonight, there's little bits of Tatiana everywhere. Every one of the graphics you see was made by her. All the programs. She worked very closely with me on creating these golden years. And we are very thankful for the work that she has done this year. Before I bring her up, we were a 3-horse team all year, and he's hiding his back to me right now, but I'm going to point him out. Mr. Zachary Rubin here, our knowledge management vista. Woo! Front center. Zach is the comic relief in the office. I don't know if he was born a comedian or if he's worked on it over the years, but everybody that I talked to was like, he's so funny. Yeah, so he's obviously gotten good. It's been a great year, the 3 of us, and we've done some incredible things, but we are just getting started. We are not done though. We have one more award to present, and so for that, I will welcome back Ms. Tatiana Jenkins.
My name is Tatiana Jenkins, and I'm the Events and External Communications Lead, AmeriCorps Vista for US2020 Research Triangle Park. For the past 10 months, I've had the pleasure of serving under the leadership of Brett, alongside my fellow Vista, Zach Rubin. Research Triangle Park is a place of diversity, inclusivity, and creativity. There is an innate ambition that vibrates around the US2020 RTP staff, a passion that is organic to each of our hearts to see our future community leaders grow. We believe in the power of bright minds collaborating over a big idea, and see the potential for greatness not in the confines of the RTP zip code, but across the entire state of North Carolina. US2020 RTP is here to help students light the torch to their own futures with fires that they may not know yet burn inside of them. The RTP I3 Ignite, Innovate, Inspire Challenge started as a desire to see students not only get well-purposed mentoring and exposure from North Carolina's top STEM professionals, but to also carry them through the finish line. Many STEM careers require some sort of post-secondary education, whether it be vocational or a PhD. Our target demographic are students who have barriers to success. Students who, despite their natural talent or abilities, may need a little extra help to help them achieve their goals. So the question was simple. If you had no obstacles and unlimited resources in pursuing a STEM career, how would you ignite an idea, show great innovation, or inspire someone else? How would you make a difference in your community? We partnered with Innovate NC, a new initiative of NC State's Institute for Emerging Issues, to host the opportunity. Innovate NC works to develop the STEM innovation economies of Asheville, Greensboro, Pembroke, Wilson, and the coastal region of Wilmington to see our entire state rise up to the challenge of a future of prosperity. Students from around the state wrote to us about what Ignite grader of Charles D. Owen High School in Asheville, wrote his essay about his idea to lower the negative effects of aging by repairing telomeres through utilizing the telomerase, I probably messed that up if you can correct me, enzyme. His idea went further to speak to how this would strengthen his community by allowing the citizens who live in the area to be able to lead longer lives of more physical and mental engagement. We greatly appreciate ISSA for sponsoring the prize package, as well as Microsoft Store at South Point, and help for putting the grand prize of $2,500 package together. We know that this student has a wonderful future of promise and possibility ahead of him. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Benjamin Warlick of Buncombe County.
Thank you. Better into the new here. Sorry for those who just jealous. I'd like to thank first US2020 RTP for letting us happen. This is amazing, and it's something that I could never have found out about if it weren't for this recent initiative that they've put on just now. And I'd also like to thank my family for helping me develop my interest in science, and especially biochemistry, throughout my time, and allowed me to participate in programs over the summer to allow me to learn more than I ever could, even at the high bar set by North Carolina schools themselves. And of course, given that this was an essay, 3 English teachers from both districts, Mr. Hazlitt, Mr. Turner, and Ms. Brooks, who help people learn how not only to think, but also to write it in such a way that is coherent. Won't make your eyes.
Applause for all our I would like to thank our premier sponsors, ISSA, EMC, and of course the Research Triangle Foundation. Many thanks to our table sponsors, which include the SMT Center, Biogen Foundation, BASF, Lord Corporation, RTI International, GSK, Cisco, Burroughs Welcome Fund, and Fidelity Investments. And a very warm and special thank you to Linda Rose, Kevin Patterson, Morgan Colosimo, and Will Hardison for working with us these past months and throughout today to pull off this event. If y'all can please join us to receive the winners in the pre-function area, we invite you to enjoy coffee and dessert with us. Thank you.
And we want to just give you a few minutes to finish your dinner, but I need to give a little special recognition. Linda Rose is the, she runs the show here, just to put it simply. Titles are irrelevant. She runs the show. She makes everything here happen. Linda had no stake in our game. She had no reason to step up and do anything more than say, I can provide this space for you. These beautiful arrangements that you see before you, everything in terms of all the detail, that was Linda. Linda worked hours and hours, of course, of the last 3 months to make this event possible. It wouldn't have happened without you. So a very, very special thanks to Ms. Linda Rose. Enjoy your dinner. At about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to come back up and we will convene in the pre-function area for dessert and coffee. Thank you.
Only thing, maybe the last little thing you get would be at least like, I'm sure they're gonna have all the videos, so it's pretty solid. Maybe just get some games of that.
I'm willing to.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I feel like Brian, yeah, maybe.
I think that's what he did.
That's fine. Yeah, totally. Yeah, take that card. I think the only, I don't think it needs to be on here. Yeah. You're right. Because he's not back until next week. And then he was like, dude, even like, that's gonna take me days to catch up on everything. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. So, keep it. So the biggest thing I think then is I can give you like, if you throw like a snippet up of somebody getting an award or whatever, or talking, I can give you names of like titles and stuff. We generally just use like audio sample. So if you want, like, I mean, I got credit in there. You go and you pick out a couple songs or whatever. I'll sit on the RTP and say, hey, what do you think about it? These 3 songs, I'll probably approve one. You can go and buy it. Whatever's the easiest. Or
that process right there works.
Pick one that you like, and then just use we always just use a sample that has like, yeah, and then because it's easier for them to see the video edited to the song, or pick a song. So we can do that, and then just go, okay, yeah, sounds good. So then I'll buy the track. It's a video. That sounds different. I don't do video. Yeah, but I mean, I'm a relationship guy, like sales guy. So Brian tells me, I could have used somebody else. They could have had a second person. So yeah, we got a couple people that we're like always college person first. And I think, I know Ryan is like super pumped on stuff, like making sure you guys so we've been really trying to build this because even like today we had a whole sound system in my truck that like set up for this governor's shoot, whatever it was. I had to hire out 2 other guys to do that. One of them has a $15,000 camera, and it has to like be like super high end. Whatever. So we did that, and like there's a time where like we turned down stuff because it's hard to book. And like some of it's event stuff, and you can't say, hey, you need to move your event so we can do it. I don't want to say like
This week, I checked this with you yesterday for Sunday. I had a meeting this morning with the next day, and I just got a hard drive from the guy that I worked with later for the video. I just received that hard drive and he gets it. So it's like, I get like slammed like I am right now, but then in 2 weeks, we're it's done. And I literally don't think I have a single thing on my like, it's just like, and that's how it always goes. They go, I get like 3-4 days every month, and then 2 weeks, sometimes a month, it was like, I am just every single day. Like, how am I going to get through all this work? And then I'll go a month. And I might shoot a video here and now. It's just like, my whole work is just like streamlined and really low.
So we're doing all like STEM and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's some photographer money that like it was.
I'm pretty good at that. I just contacted a guy shortly after it was announced to that he was like their media guy. He works for them. His email is something. But anyway, he worked for his like email address, whatever it was, another press guy. He was an employee of that. He was trying to get like a media piece together. And he wanted me to come to Canada. This is the time about the work. It was like, he told me up front, like, the money's limited, but like, I can pay you. I'm at the point right now, like, to do something cool like that, that I'm not sure. As long as you get something, it's got to be good. So the next time I talk to him, if you're telling me there was no money, like, the topic of like getting paid over these 4 days of work. It's like, oh, it's not the time off. And I'm like, that ain't kind of like shy away from me. I just First of all, I don't know who it is. You're so far left. I have no clue. Hold on, I really need you to we need someone that we didn't know we needed. This person will hold down that live stream. And I'm like, that person hasn't asked me for the years I really don't. I spoke to you. I I'm able to help you out on H. And then even when something about who wanted you to do it.
Hello again, everyone. That was phenomenal. I really wish that students would be able to do that. All the educators in the room are all like, damn. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for letting me make this impromptu announcement. I forgot to mention earlier during my remarks 2 things. One, again, congratulations to all of the winners tonight. Thank you so much for all that you do. And I also wanted to make mention of US2020 National's 2nd annual STEM Mentoring Awards, which will be happening in DC again this year, the week of August 8th. Deadlines to submit nominations for those award categories are coming up. I believe that RTP US2020 put out some communication about that, but let me just mention, we have 3 award categories. One is Excellence in Public-Private Partnerships, which I have seen resound here in RTP. Would love to see some representation in the award category from you all. We also have an award category for Excellence in Corporate Culture, which I have also seen in leaps and bounds here in RTP. And then we also have Excellence in Volunteer Experience. If you're an education partner with US2020 RTP, please connect with Brett or myself about what it looks like to be part of that category. But if you have other questions about that, or you want to know a little bit more about what it might look like to take your participation here locally in RTP to the national landscape with US2020 National and our 2nd annual SMAs, please come and find me in the pre-function area right out there. I'd love to talk with you about that. You know, the SMAs for US2020 will be the 2nd year that we're doing it. And for us, it's really about honoring and scaling what works nationally. You know, we wouldn't be able to even have that award ceremony and be able to shine out those partners without what's happening here locally.